finally here, you guys. Tteokbokki is my most requested recipe and also my absolute favorite Korean street food. This recipe is inspired by Baek Jong-won's Igane tteokbokki in Busan, which is the best I have ever tried. Start off by removing the heads and innards from some dried anchovies. We're gonna make an anchovy broth with some dried kelp. Simmer for 15 minutes, then reserve the broth, leaving just enough to cover the bottom of the pot. Add thinly sliced Korean radish, extra spicy gochujang, coarse gochugaru, fine gochugaru, soy sauce, light brown sugar, and any sweetening syrup. Mix over low heat, stirring occasionally until the radish has softened a little. It will release some juices that are slightly sweet and add amazing flavor. Then add the reserved anchovy stock, cabbage, and large green onion. This is totally optional, but I also recommend adding a little MSG. Now add your rice cakes and wait for the sauce to thicken, about 10 to 15 minutes depending on whether they are fresh, refrigerated, or frozen. When the sauce has thickened, add fish cakes and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Then add some hard-boiled eggs, toss to coat evenly, and that's it. French fried corn dogs are my favorite of all the newer Korean street foods. Korean corn dogs are usually made with a yeasted batter by combining warm water, sugar, and yeast and letting it sit for a couple minutes before mixing. Add salt and flour, mix until smooth, and set aside to rise for 1 hour. Cut a potato into small cubes and soak them in water, then skewer your favorite hot dog or sausage links. I like these thicker and dewy sausage links, and I want cheese and sausage in every single bite, so I'm wrapping cheese slices around it. Drain and pat the potatoes dry, toss them in cornstarch and a pinch of salt, then lay some panko breadcrumbs next to them. The batter should be doubled in size by now. Dip the skewer into it using a twisting motion to coat it as evenly as possible. You may need to use your fingers to move it around. Just make sure the batter isn't too thick or too thin. Roll the skewer over the potatoes first, then roll it into the panko using your hands to firmly pack it in and shape the corn dog. When you're happy with the shape, immediately fry it at 350 degrees for 4 to 5 minutes. This is the color that we're looking for, then rest on a cooling rack and top with a sprinkle of sugar, ketchup, and mustard. If you've never tried dakdoritang, you're seriously missing out. This is a very popular Korean chicken stew that's spicy, sweet, savory, and very hearty. The braising sauce is gochugaru, sugar, gochujang, doenjang, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and my secret ingredient to make this extra bomb, 2 times spicy bulgogi sauce. Then add some diced onions and scallions and mix until well combined. Then make a few deep cuts into your drumsticks and coat it completely in the sauce. Put the chicken into a shallow pot and pour some chicken stock into the mixing bowl to collect any leftover sauce. Pour it into the pot and then bring it to a boil. Cover on medium heat for 20 minutes, stirring occasionally so that the bottom doesn't burn, and spoon the sauce over the chicken. After 20 minutes, add potatoes, carrots, and serrano peppers. The carrots and potatoes will cook evenly if you cut them into similar sizes. Cover for another 15 to 20 minutes, stirring and spooning the sauce over occasionally. When the potatoes are just about chopstick tender, drizzle over a little sesame oil and continue cooking uncovered for 5 minutes until the sauce has slightly thickened. Then garnish with sesame seeds and green onions.
Rice cakes. Wash and drain the rice about 4 to 5 times until the water runs clear. Cover with water, soak overnight, and dry. Don't use any of the various rice flour sold in stores as they result in different textures. Working in batches, grind the flour in a food processor until it results into a fine powder. Scrape the sides a few times. Or use a high-powered blender, stopping and scraping often to prevent overheating. Now sift the flour 3 to 4 times, set aside any large clumps, and then grind again. I make the dough in 2 batches. In a microwave-safe bowl, combine the flour and salt and gradually add in boiling water. Mix together and form into a dough. It should be sticky. Cover with plastic wrap, leaving a gap for the steam to release. Microwave for 1 minute, add about a tablespoon or 2 of water, and microwave again for another minute. Now spread some sesame oil on your work surface. You'll also need something to pound the dough with. Now pound and fold over the dough for about 5 minutes until the dough is smooth and elastic. Knead for about a minute, roll out and cut into 4 pieces. Shape into a cylinder and working from the center, roll out each piece. Cut into 3 to 4 pieces to make tteokbokki or cut into bite-sized pieces depending on size desired. Rub some sesame oil to prevent sticking. Now repeat the process with the remaining flour. If you're not using them right away, you can store in the fridge or the freezer. Enjoy!
Yo, this is how you make Korean fried chicken. Ooh. 500 grams of chicken thigh. Boom. Half a teaspoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of garlic. Little bit of black pepper. 1 egg. And a cup of potato starch. We're gonna add a little bit of water. Be careful, guys. Whenever you guys are frying it, throw the chicken away from you. So 2 different ways to go about it. You either can make your own sauce or get one of these Jones at Fun Table. 3 tablespoons of gochujang, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic, and 6 tablespoons of ketchup. 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 6 tablespoons of corn syrup. We're going to double fry it. Alright, we're going to finish it with some sesame seed. Yo, when you're in a rush, you ain't got time for all this. Just grab one of these Fun Table sauces. Bing, 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 bing. And just like that, you have Korean fried chicken. YOUUUUUU. Okay, Fun Table. I see y'all.
I'm a big fan of Korean barbecue, especially beef bulgogi, and surprisingly it's very easy to make and tastes incredible. To a bowl, add your thinly sliced steak, and then you'll need a Korean pear to help tenderize the meat. So cube that up along with an onion, and then add both to a blender with garlic, ginger, soy sauce, brown sugar, and sesame oil. And blend on high until smooth. Cover your steak with the marinade, then add scallions and onions and mix thoroughly to combine. Let that sit in the fridge for at least an hour. Over high heat, sear your bulgogi until the marinade has cooked off and the beef is slightly caramelized. Serve over rice and enjoy.